Welcome to Gemara for Children. Today we are going to learn the Metziasa and the Saifa, the middle and the end of our Mishnah outside. Before we begin, I would first like to learn 5 new words from our Mishnah. And they are, word number 1, mifuzarin and mifuzarais. We're going to have both variations of this word, and both of them mean scattered. Word number 2 is ma'ais, which means money. Word number 3 is krichais, which means bundles. Word number 4 is rishus hayachit, which means a private domain. And the 5th and final word is rishus harabim, which means a public domain. Just to make note that many people, when they write the final 2 words, they don't write out these 2 words completely, but they write it down in what's called a rashi tevos. If you take the first few letters of several words and divide the second to last and the last letter of those combinations of letters together, then that will be considered to be a rashi tevos. For example, in word number 4, if you take the letters reish, hey, apostrophe, and yud, that were to spell out the word rishus hayachid. And the same thing with the 5th word. If you were to write the letters reish, hey, apostrophe, and reish, then that would spell out the word rishus harabim. So says the Metziasa of our Mishnah, the middle part of our Mishnah is taught by the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says that in any of the 10 above mentioned cases in the Reisha, if there is something unique and different in any of these items, when a person finds it, then chayav, they will be obligated and responsible to announce it and try to find its owner. And Rabbi Yehuda gives 2 examples. Example number 1, let's say someone finds a round cake of pressed figs, but in this cake they find a piece of pottery, which generally does not belong there. So then the finder is going to be obligated to announce it, and the owner will then be able to use that unique piece of pottery as his siman to prove that it's his. Example number 2 says Rabbi Yehuda that let's say a person finds a kikar, a loaf of bread that was baked by a baker. And although a baker makes all of his breads exactly the same, let's say in this specific loaf, the finder sees that there is money, there is a coin inside of this piece of bread. So being that is extremely unusual, the finder will then be responsible to announce that which he's found, and the owner can then use that coin as a siman to prove that it belongs to him. And this, just like it applies to these 2 cases, it were to apply to any of the other 8 cases of the Mishnah. If there's something extremely unique and different, then that will be a siman that the finder will then need to announce, and the owner can use that to prove that it belongs to him. Moving now along to the 3rd and final part of our Mishnah, the Saifa. The Saifa is taught by Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar says that if a person finds a clay anpuria, the Gemara later will explain that this means a brand new vessel, then the finder will not be responsible to announce that which he found. And the Gemara later will explain why that is, and we will wait till we get there. And this now concludes the 3rd and final step of our Mishnah.